Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Gadifele, and I am from a program called the Future Leaders. I am actually the mentor that I never had, and I consider myself a serial entrepreneur because besides teaching the kids, I have another business. It's a cleaning company, and I'm also a published author. I consider myself a multi-potentialite, meaning that I do so many other things that are not related together, but I always find a way to connect and join them and make them sense and make them make sense to me and to my audience and as well as to my clients. So that's a bit about me. I'm married. I have two beautiful kids, and I wrote a book on love because I've been with my partner for the past 20 years. So I think I know everything about love. No, I'm just joking. I don't know everything about love. My book is based on research. I researched about how to sustain relationships. So on my book, I share a secret sauce to happy relationship. So that's me. That's Gadifele.
Okay. And actually, thank you very much for sharing that. I think you've actually quite got into a lot in just a minute. So thank you very much for that. So
Pleasure.
uh, as she has mentioned, guys, with me right now I have Gadifele, right? And so basically, Gadifele, uh, you've actually told us a bit about yourself. But now my question is, can you actually tell us a bit about your background? Where did you grow up, and what were some early influences that shaped your journey into entrepreneurship?
So I love saying that your test is your testimony. So I went through challenges in life. I come from Mafikeng in Northwest Province. I was born and raised there. And in 2004, I came to Johannesburg to look for greener pastures. I went to a school where it's obviously not a multiracial school. It's a traditional school where, when the teacher gets stuck with her English, then they convert to Venek, then they teach us English in Setswana.
Okay.
So that's my background. My growing up was taught English in a bit of Setswana. And when I got to Johannesburg, I didn't have goals. I didn't have anything that got me excited about life, but I always wish that I could have something that can just excite me. And in 2016, I embarked on self-development journey, and that's when everything changed. That's when my whole life changed, and I learned the power of being confident. I learned the power of public speaking, that public speaking can help you be a confident human being. That's the self-development that I went through. So now, because I had that challenge when I was growing up, that I was timid, I was not confident, my English was spoken in Setswana kind of, I realized that, you know what, if I grew up a confident person, I could have achieved a lot of things in life. And that's when a spark came, and the idea that came that there are kids like me that are growing up not confident because of whatever challenges that they have. They wish that they have a mentor. I always wish that I had a mentor, but I didn't have. So I decided to be the mentor that I never had. It was because of the self-development journey that I embarked on. Then I decided to start a company called The Future Leaders because of the test that I went through. Now I have a testimony. So those challenges that I went through, that I was not confident. I just didn't believe in myself, helped me today to be a businesswoman owning a business that helps the challenges that I went through myself. So in the Future Leaders, I am the mentor that I never had. And then the other business, which is the cleaning company. The cleaning company, I started it 2016, but the idea came about 2007. I
Okay.
wasn't confident then to start a company because I needed to grow myself. I needed to be confident. And 2016, when I embarked on that self-development journey, that's when I gained the confidence to start the business. But I was also solving my own problem, which was I was pregnant 2007. I moved in with my boyfriend, who's now my husband. I was working and I was studying. So I was doing so many other things all at the same time. The only thing that I was not able to do was taking care of the house and cleaning of the house. So in my mind, I was hoping, can I just have someone who can just come and help me clean the house and I don't have to worry about it? That's how the idea of cleaning started. And then 2007, when I started, 2006, when I gained confidence, that's exactly what I started solving my own problem that I had, because I know that some of my friends were going through the same challenge. And then I was like, let me help them. Let me help myself. But then the company evolved with time. I stopped doing placements. I started now specializing in deep cleaning and many other stuff. So for me to start the businesses is because I was solving the challenges that I personally had and helping others to also solve their own problems. Yeah, that's how I came about being a businesswoman.
Okay. And actually, thank you very much for sharing that, because I think, as you've mentioned, that when you started initially, you basically didn't have, uh before you even started with everything, and basically how everything came about. If according to how I'm actually looking at it, first of all, the school came about, since when you were growing up, you needed someone that could be the person that you are to those kids right now, right? And that company basically came about that way, right? And
Absolutely.
you know, and then the second one, which is the cleaning company, it came about, from you having a problem, right? And the problem that you had was that you were trying to, you couldn't actually, you wish you had someone that could basically have the time, or someone that could actually do the cleaning for you so that you can take care of the kids, so on and so forth, right? So it then came from that, right? And then it started to evolve into what it is today, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
And you did mention something, which is, uh when you were with, I think you said you started, with your friends' houses, right?
Yeah. I started helping a friend first, and
Okay.
then I then started getting business. But it was just one friend, not all of them. I think two friends. I helped two of my friends.
Oh, okay. So so
Yeah.
so um, so I'm guessing that on your side, you basically had a bit of that support system to actually help you in your journey.
Mm, and so yeah. Well, the friends were supportive, so yeah, it wasn't that
That
bad. So
bad.
the friends were supportive. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that is good, because a lot of times, I think we did have this conversation before we actually got into this. That a lot of people, even myself, in terms of the support system, it wasn't there. So that's why I actually was asking you that. But at the very same time, who or what inspires you to actually become an entrepreneur, right? I know you did mention that you had these problems, right? But
Yeah.
but but as much as you had these problems, were there any role models, or was there a specific experience in your life that actually motivated you to be like, you know?
I don't remember if there's one person that I can look at and say, this is what is pushing me to be where I am. As I grow in the business space, I meet a lot of people that I ask them questions and then I get inspired by where they are and where they're coming from. But when I started, honestly speaking, I don't think there was one person that I looked at and I was like, I want to be like this person. I think it was just me just following the things that I wanted to have to do, but I didn't have the confidence to do them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So yeah.
so basically, sir, can you hear the sound on your side,
At all, I only hear you.
or you can't hear it?
No,
Oh, okay. I needed that clarification. The thing is, it's really making noise on my side, and it's really
and
annoying
I
me.
can't hear them.
Oh, okay. No problem. So, okay. So now that you've actually mentioned that, thank you very much for actually sharing that, because I think a lot of, as entrepreneurs, we tend to have different experiences, but all that matters is, and I was actually on a call with Marie yesterday, and she was actually saying this, that with being in the entrepreneurship space, uh, I have my own dreams, or I have my own ways of or my own journey, right? Another person has their own journey, another one has their own journey. So what I would simply say that makes entrepreneurs uh a bit similar is the fact that they went through the journey. They started what they had in mind. They solved the problem, So thank you very much for sharing that. And I see that on your side, uh, you had a problem, right? And you did not just say, since you have this problem, you did not say, let me just find someone that is going to do this for me. Let me do this. You just went for it. So for that, I have to say, good job. You know,
Oh,
good
thank you.
good one on that side. And also, before you started your businesses, right? What were you actually involved in? Did you have any prior experience in the industries that you're now part of, or did you venture into something entirely new, basically?
Both my businesses is something that I had no experience in. So with the cleaning, it was just I needed to solve my problem. And I started it as a side hustle. I had a full-time job and I would send people out to do the work. And it failed at some point, at some time, because they would go there, the ladies would maybe go clean, but there was no one supervising. And then still as a side hustle, I decided that, you know what, I need to find a supervisor for my team. When they go there, they can always have someone to check them, because I was not ready to leave my job. I was very, very holding on to that salary. You know how it is. You hold on to that salary. So I was holding on to the salary experience. And then I had a supervisor that would go and supervise the team. But I'm grateful for that I was holding on to that, because it would have meant that I would have had to be the supervisor of the team. And when I
Okay.
am going with the team to go clean, it means that now I'm not able to go network and find other business. So what I am doing now is the team would go, make sure that the house or whatever place they clean, it gets cleaned thoroughly. Whilst they at that, I am at another client finding more business for them. So I don't work in the business, but I work on the business, you know.
Okay.
And then yeah, with the kids, with the future leaders, it is also something that I was not experienced in. I just embarked on my self-development journey, and then I learned the skills, and then those skills is what I teach, and then I developed a curriculum based on the skills that I had and on what I wanted to teach the kids. I'm usually asked, are you accredited? And I'm like, you know what? I don't teach the kids for them to go and say to the employer, I have a certificate in communication, because there are schools that teaches communication theory, and then they can produce their certificates and say, I can. But what I do is the kids don't have to tell you that they went through the Future Leaders Program. You see it. You
Yeah.
see it in them. It's on the outside. You can see the confidence. You can see how they articulate themselves. So I'm not about the certificate to say, yeah, I'm accredited. That I don't think it's something that I really need. For me, it's for the kids to show that, you know what, I am a future leader and this is what I learned from there. So it's not something I had work experience on, but it's the things that I'm just passionate about.
Oh, okay. No
Yeah.
problem. And I think I did actually say this to you before, and I will actually say this again. That the work that you are doing with the future leaders, you shouldn't take it lightly, and one thing about the entrepreneurship space, as I did mention before, that it's not easy, nothing that we basically do is easy, but e- even if anything basically happens, uh on that specific side, I think what you are doing, it's something that is really important for the community. And when I actually had a conversation with you, I did say this, that those children, they could have been out there, robbing people. They could have been out there drinking and smoking, having, some kids now,
Mm.
as we now see it, they go to these drinking places, they get drunk, and then things happen. And the fact that,
Absolutely.
and the fact that you keep them in one place, you teach them how to be confident, you teach them how to move, how to talk. That is something that is really important. So I do not want you in
Thank you.
any way possible to be like, when you get to a point where like, I think now it's time that I beg you, you should never this even
I,
think about it,
I,
you
yeah,
know?
no, I don't think it's something that I would ever do, saying I'm throwing in the towel. Because this
Yeah,
one is
because
not just only business, it's passion. I am passionate about doing this.
and I'm sure anyone that is listening to this podcast right now will see that you're really passionate because even now when we're having this conversation, immediately when you started talking about it, you started to sparkle up, which tells you a lot that it's something that you love. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah, so and then also at the very same time, you actually wrote a book, right?
I did.
Now, can you tell us, you did go in a bit about the book, but can you actually go thoroughly into it? Just tell us. We just want to know what is this book about? Why was this book actually written? What's the story behind it?
Okay, so so like I mentioned that I've been together with Mr. K, my husband, I call him Mr. K. I've been with him for the past 20 years.
Okay,
And so now people would ask me, okay, girl, how do you do it? How do you keep him?
trained.
Are you using some muti on him for him to stay? I was like, oh, how I wish. So that's what inspired the book to say, how do you keep your partner, whether a man or a woman, how do you keep the partner? So what I then did is I went and looked for couples that have been together for 10 years plus to ask them what is their secret sauce to their happy relationship. Remember, happy relationship doesn't necessarily mean that each and every single day of your relationship you are happy. We go through challenges, we fight, we like, I'm gonna kill you tonight, like, we go through all of those things, but there is still a lot of happiness than a lot of the fights. So when I asked the couples, I realized that all of them, they each have their own secret sauce, and none of our secret sauces are the same. You cannot copy and paste my secret sauce. I cannot copy and paste your secret sauce. All of us are finding our own secret sauce. So the book was just to say, this thing of you seeing me posting my husband on Facebook saying, oh, wow, he bought me a car, he did this, he did this. Don't go home and pressurize your husband and say, please buy me a car because Khadi's husband bought a car. There's a couple in the book that says they got married. After getting married, they couldn't have a child. Now they are both working and they both have money. When they have money, they both working. They don't have a child. They don't have any other responsibilities. They would travel the world. The husband would buy the wife a new car. And you know how we are with the social media. The wife would post the car on social media and say, oh, thanks, baby, for the car. I love it. And people will go home and then come and pressurize their husbands. And me, if I come and pressurize Mr. K, say, buy me a car. We've got 2 kids. We have to pay school fees for 2 kids. We have responsibility. Our responsibilities are not the same. So my point was, don't copy and paste. There is a secret sauce in your own relationship. Find it. You will look for it and you will find it.
Okay,
So that's the gist of the book.
okay,
And I also speak about the phases of relationship. So there's 5 of them. There's honeymoon phase where everyone is like, yay, I'm in love, I'm in love. And then when we graduate to the second one, which is what is it, the third one is the commitment, the power struggle. We graduate, go to power struggle, and we're like, hey, no, I can't do this person anymore. And then that's when people break up, which there's no need to break up. You are just going through phases of relationship. So once people can learn these phases of relationship, then they will be able to live together and not jump into leaving each other, because we're going to have to graduate. You can imagine, as a child, if you grow and you never walk, you never go to school, you don't go to preschool, you don't grow. In relationship, it's the same. You start off with the butterflies, the excitement, I cannot live without you, but then you grow from there, you go to the next one, you get to commitment, you get to honeymoon, power struggle, then commitment, it gets difficult. This is where you like, yo, strangling you right now. But that means that the relationship is growing. That means that you are not on the same page. Because the thing is, we want hello the whole day.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm just checking on you. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So that's what, in a nutshell, my book talks about.
Oh, okay. And just to ask you something. Uh, so basically, would you say that uh actually no, let me just put it like this. On my side, I strongly believe that uh love is it gets to a point where it starts to expire, you know? And and now on my side, I think I'm saying it according to my experience, right? It gets to a point where it starts to expire. And like for instance, it tends to happen that uh on let's say, let me just say on our side, right? Or let me just say on my side, right? Where when I know I'm going a bit off topic, you will have to forgive me there, but it's just something that I want to ask you. So it gets to a point where, let's just say, uh as you were saying, there's a honeymoon phase, and let's say throughout that honeymoon phase, then the eyes start to happen to see somewhere else, and somewhere else, and somewhere else, and somewhere else, right? Now, the reason why I just say that on my side, I just think that it gets to an expiry because I may be in love with this person, right? But then comes another person, and this person also, I'm like, and then another person, and so basically, on my side, I think it gets to a point where love simply just goes away. It's okay. Let me just say it just becomes a matter of you being loyal, and at the very same time, it's how can I actually put it? I don't know
Okay,
if
I
you.
think I get what you're saying. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. So, love is not a feeling. Love is not a feeling because as I am, there are obviously women that are way prettier than me. There are women that, like, they are cavalicious, that when Mr. K sees them, he would say, "Ooh, I'm tired of this one. Can I go to that one?" So if his love is based on a feeling, his love will expire. If I am looking outside and I'm like, "Oh, this guy is so hot, he's better than Mr. K. Can I just go and?" So this is
Mm.
now where we make love a feeling. Love is not a feeling. Love is a decision that you make for yourself by yourself. You are saying, I am here with this person. I am deciding to be with this person through thick
Yeah.
and thin. These beautiful women, these handsome guys, you'll never finish them. They will always be there. But you need to decide for yourself by yourself. That's what love is. This butterfly things, it's a feeling that expires. I totally agree with you. It expires. It doesn't last forever. You will
True.
not finish them. You will not finish them. So when your eyes go this side, when your eyes goes this side, no one is gonna come and say, please focus. Only you can do that for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely true. It's something that I've really been having, and I was like, no, no ways, because I happen to see it a lot of times. So now that we actually just said, we actually got to actually have a discussion about it. I'm glad that I actually happened to actually get it out, you know, yeah. But actually, where can people actually get your book if they want to purchase it?
I had it on Take a Lot. I don't know what happened. I no longer have it there. So I have it on Amazon and I have the soft copy. I have the hard copies. So
Okay.
if they want to buy it, they can connect with me on especially on, what is it, Instagram. So on Instagram, I usually have interviews with other couples that have been together for 10 years. So I am just promoting love on my Instagram page. So if they want a book, they can connect with me on Instagram. It's Love Lives Here 83 on Instagram. Every single month, I would have a couple that I speak to, and then I ask them questions about, guys, Bo Simanye out there, they are struggling. How can we help them? How do you guys do this? So if you
Mm.
want the love tips, if you want to hear how other people are embarking on their love lives, more than welcome to go there on my page. Watch out any couple that you like. amazing couples, guys. People share, some of them, they share deep stories.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing that. I think, yeah, if yeah, I'll actually put the links down below, so that they can be able to get it. Now, I just to divert from that. Now, I actually have a question for you, right? You got into the entrepreneurship space. Uh, you know, you've started doing what you do. What is it that makes you get to a point where you can say, uh, like for instance, you have the choice to say that you're gonna quit, right? You have the choice to say, now I'm really tired. Let me just sell this company. You have the choice to say that, let me just give out this thing to another person. You have a choice to do that. What is it exactly that makes you say that no, I need to actually continue? What is it that keeps you going? Why is it that throughout these years that you've been running your businesses, you haven't quit yet? What is it that has been keeping you?
So I didn't start the business to be famous or to be known or any of those things. So I was solving a problem. So now that I solved the problem, I'm thinking, okay, in South Africa currently the unemployment rate is high. It's very high. And I have kids. When my kids finish school, I don't want them to be unemployed. So I want them to obviously go study, and then whatever choice that they make, that is fine. But I don't want them to be at a point whereby they have no options. They don't have anything to do. If they can't find a job, they would come to at the family business and then they can come work here. When they decide to take over, it will be same thing. They're doing it for their children, their children's children. So this is a legacy for me, for my children and their children. I always say to my supervisor, saying, you know what, you have kids yourself. So if you and I grow this business together, my kids and your kids will never lack jobs. There would always be jobs, because when your child finishes school, they can come to work for us. And this is the company that she knows her mom and me grew the company together. Then they will have pride in it. So it's not only for me for now, but it is for our generations to come, which I really hope that my sisters' kids, I've got other cousins, and. But at least when there is that an opportunity for them, that to say, you know what, if I don't want to go work there, I can go work at this company. So it's a legacy for me.
Okay. No, I fully understand that. And I think you I on my side, basically in terms of interpretation. So on my side, basically, as you've mentioned that with your business, the reason why you keep on waking up every day, doing what you do not do it only because you love it, but at the very same time, you are building something that you can leave behind for your children, because
Absolutely.
because you understand that in the country that we are in, it does get to that point where there are no jobs. So you making sure that you are building this, it will get you to a point where you can be happy with the choices and the sacrifices that you've made with your business. Is that correct?
Oh, I lost you there. You said you're building this so that it would. I didn't hear
Or
that last part.
so that it can basically live on, and you can basically leave a legacy for your children, and not have to cry and say the sacrifices that I've made, they weren't worth it. You know that they will be worth it because you're leaving something for your kids.
100%, 100%. I'm leaving something for my kids. And my kids doesn't necessarily mean the kids, they're both kids that I gave birth to. This means to the future leaders as well. Because with the future leaders, as we teach them how to start their businesses, somehow I would like for them to be involved in the future leaders' business as well, as they're going to be the mentors. They can take the program. If they want to go stay in Bloemfontein, they will take the program there to Bloemfontein, and then it will run like a franchise, and they will have their own business there that they can grow there. So they will never lack jobs. They will never lack jobs. That is my dream, to say, you know what? don't ask what the government can do for me, but ask what can I do for the government. For me, I would rather help the government create jobs instead of me wanting the government to give me 350. Hashtag, I'm just saying, don't kill me.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I fully understand it. I fully understand it. And I actually see the vision that you have. I was just actually having this conversation. Uh, I don't know if I did mention to you. I don't no, I don't think I did. So basically, there is a there's a Alantuka, there's a company that I recently invested into. It's basically a web design agency. Did I tell you about it?
You told me that you work with agencies, but I don't know about the one that you invested in.
Or a few weeks ago, I actually invested into a web design agency. So I was basically saying pretty much the same thing. That I think we can run these companies, right? And let's say grow them, and then we can either decide, let's say we sell those businesses, or we can say that, knowing that we have people in this team, people that have, at the very same time, we understand that we of course pay them, right? But at
Mm,
the very same time, we can say that these people are loyal to us, without these people, we couldn't have gotten to the point where we've gotten to, right? Now,
absolutely. Yeah.
instead of us just being selfish about it and say that this is our own thing, this is, what if we can grow these companies to a point where we start adapting, so that immediately when my niece, when when I have my own children, when my team has their own children, when their children have their own children, this is where they can start working.
Mm,
Funny thing that you actually mentioned it, because I think it is something that is really important, because sometimes it gets to a point where, if someone could actually offer your people a job, those people could actually jump to that job if it has if it has money into it, you know.
absolutely.
But the moment you start treating your people like family, uh, things tend to change, because they are loyal to you, because they know that this thing, we've been doing it together. So me having to leave this, you know. So I think that is something that is important. On your side, how is it that you've managed to, or let me just say, the people that you started the company with, are they still around, or?
Not all of them. When I
Okay.
started, some of them are okay. There's actually only one that started with me when I started, and they're still there.
Okay.
So there's always obviously challenges when it comes to human beings.
True.
Uh, and I actually am happy when my team leaves for better opportunities. If I'm not able to offer that because my company is still so small, they're not able to get the money that they want to
Oh,
make.
okay.
I'm happy for them to go. I'm only not happy when okay, I'm actually happy when I let people go that are not, they don't have the same principles as
Oh,
me
okay.
and the company. For example, I would have someone who would want to go to the client's place and start helping themselves with the client's thing. For me, that's a big no. I let them go immediately, right?
Okay.
So not all of them have that I started with are still there because of being human beings being complicated. Some of them is because they got better opportunities, which I'm happy for them. That is absolutely fine. So yeah,
Okay. It's kind of dark here. It's kind of dark.
I can see you
Yeah,
switching on the light. Yeah.
yeah, it's dark. But yeah, I think we'll just have to try and wrap it up. It's just a pity that we couldn't actually make it a bit long. But I'm seeing on my side, I'm just being one other person now. If if I had a dark wall here, we were gonna be the very same thing. There wasn't gonna
Yeah.
be any difference,
We're gonna see the teeth only.
you know, because I can actually see the teeth only even now. So, but but yeah, well, what do you think, maybe on your side, uh, most business owners should do to make sure that the people that they work with, they keep them happy, and at the very same time, they keep them um loving what they are doing, following the principles of the company, and also making sure that they grow with the company?
For me, what I love to do is I'm open with my team. When I work with the people, I'm open with them. I share
Okay.
my dream. I share the vision that I have for them and for the company. For me, that's the best that I can do,
So,
right? And
okay.
yeah, I can share and I can be open. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. We are all individuals with different dreams and goals. As
Okay.
much as you can be open and love and show support to your team, they would also choose to say, okay, I'm here or I'm not here. So it's at the end of the day, it's their choice. So what works for me doesn't necessarily mean that it will work in your business. What I do is be open, share the dreams that I have for them, share the goals that I have. And some of them will buy into the goals, some of them they wouldn't buy into the goal. And I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily important for a business owner to say, I want to keep these people here with me forever. People evolve, people grow, people outgrow things. So if people are meant to stay, they would stay. If they want to leave, they will leave. And we shouldn't be bitter about it when people decide to look for greener pastures. As a previous employee myself, I have left
Okay.
so many other jobs because of so many other reasons. Same applies in my business. People will come and people will go for their reasons that are known to them. So doesn't necessarily mean that just keep them here for you, because when you do that, you're going to end up hating yourself because they're going to leave anyway. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them, they will leave anyway, as long as you're doing the best with what you have at that moment. For me, that's what all that matters.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, actually, for sharing that. And I think it's something that is really important. Uh, the way that you look at it. I think it's really important. Uh, because on my side, right? Uh,
Mm.
I actually I tend to look at it in terms of uh if actually on my side, since we tend to invest a lot of capital into our team. So we try to basically we try to at the very same time we invest back into them. We try to increase their because on my side, I don't I won't lie, to be honest with you. I do want to keep my people as long as possible with me, and basically I try by all means. If this person is doing a great job, I if that person aligns, and something that you did mention, which I think is important, that you did mention that on your side, if someone doesn't align with the company's goals, you tend to have to let them go. Yeah, and I
Yep.
think that is something that is important, which even we tend to look at. And I think the ones
I want
that
to give you a typical example in my especially in the cleaning.
okay,
So I would have, so for me what matters most is attitude. I had a
okay,
lady who would clean your house and you can even see yourself on the floor when you walk in. She knows how to clean thoroughly, but
okay,
attitude stinks. And then I have a lady who doesn't clean that much, but beautiful attitude. I wish I could take these cleaning skills and put them in this other one. So I would rather do what? Mentor and coach this one with good attitude and
yeah,
keep this one with good attitude and teach her, show her exactly how to do this one with bad attitude. As much as she knows how to do the work, I don't want them. I don't want to deal with attitude. I don't want to deal with problems. So that kind of situation, I obviously have to choose my battles.
true,
When I send someone to you, that's someone, when they leave your house, you should be happy saying, oh, what a like when you have someone in your house and then they just release the stress because the way the demeanor that they have, the way they handle themselves, and like it just takes away
mm,
your stress. I don't want someone to come clean and then they put on status on top of the
true.
status that you have from work. So those kind of things for me, I'm like, dude, time out. I cannot deal with such. I do want to keep them, but I was saying
Okay,
if they don't want to be kept, that's fine. I wouldn't hold it against them. As much as I
Oh,
would
okay.
spend energy and time on them, if they don't want to be kept, there isn't much I can do, because if I force them to stay saying, oh, I like you so much, oh, you do such a great job, please don't leave, don't leave, they're gonna end up having what do you call it?
Yeah,
The
they're
word
gonna have that,
escaped.
they're gonna have that thing of she needs me.
Exactly, exactly. And I don't want to be on that situation. I want to grow the company, and I don't want to be. It's gonna sound a bit rude, but I don't
Yeah,
want to be
yeah,
begging people to come to work. I don't want to beg people to come to work. I want you to come to work because you want, or they're gonna have resentment if I keep
yeah.
begging them to say, "Oh, please come, oh, please come." They're gonna be resentful, and I don't want resent. I'm a happy soul. I want to be at work, have fun, and laugh with my people. I don't want to be working with people with attitude as much as I want to keep them, but bad attitude. I can't stand bad attitude, guys. Yo, yeah.
And and I think that that is actually something that is really important, because you can even lose clients just because of that one person that doesn't have attitude, you know. So I do actually see it from your angle, and I think it's something that is really important. And even on my side, it even on their side, it doesn't make sense for anyone to say that uh basically, you know, having, because I think it's really important, as you've mentioned, uh with your company and in the cleaning space, attitude is really important. And with your company especially, you want them to have good attitude, you know. Now if they can't maintain what the or let me say, if they can't maintain what you basically, or the policies that you've put in place, then it's pretty much the what you know, they're not
Useless.
meeting
Yeah,
the requirements that you know. And at the very same
absolutely.
time, you have to still even pay them. At the very same time, there's still problems that are gonna come from there. So I
Yeah.
think I fully get it. I fully get it. Now, just a question. Uh, where on your side, where do you possibly see both of your companies in let's say in the next 5 years?
Yeah. So future leaders. That one, it must be a franchise. I've got a plan, the 5-year plan to get it to franchise, because I want it to not only be something that is small and then I develop only kids here, but I want it to be a global organization. So
Okay.
I belong to BNI, it's Business Networking International. I belong to Toastmasters. Those two organizations, they are international companies, and all of them, both of them, they are people related. And the founders, okay, Toastmasters founder is late. Toastmasters is 100 years old. The BNI founder is alive, and the BNI is like 40 years old,
Okay.
and he doesn't work in the business anymore. He works on the business. There are people on the board that make sure that BNI runs. They check the franchise systems and all of that. And BNI is developing, helping people worldwide. That's exactly where I want the future leaders to be. I want it to develop kids worldwide, not only in South Africa, not only in Johannesburg, in the small area that I'm in. I want it to be. So 5 years time, franchise, here we come, baby. Here we come, franchise. And then for the cleaning, I don't want to franchise the cleaning. I want it to be like, the big cleaning company that there's a service, and there's also Accelerate. Those are big cleaning companies. I want to get to that point. I want to get to a point whereby I've had different divisions in the company. I want to be able to clean residential in one company. I want to be able to clean a restaurant, same company. I want to be able to go to offices. Like I want to have different departments of cleaning in the same company. So, guy, I'm working hard. I'm trying my best to get there. So that's where I
Okay.
see myself in 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's quite a very to be honest, it is doable. And me having to have the pleasure of having to network with you and basically having you around, I do know that that is going to happen, you know. That I know
I
it's going to
receive.
happen.
Amen.
I know that's going to happen. Now, um, uh, the last question, right? Uh, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs or someone that is just an entrepreneur, but just what would you give? What advice would you give to that person?
I will say Nike.
Okay.
The advice is Nike. Just do it. So
Oh, okay.
just do it. But listen, the thing is, there's so much noise out there. We are always told it wouldn't work. The experts say this, the experts say this, do this, don't do that. For me, personally, I choose what I listen to. I don't take everything, even if it comes from experts, because experts would say you cannot run two businesses. And then you look at them, they're employees, right?
True.
I am not an employee. I need to survive. I'm going to run both of them. I've been told that the cleaning and the future leaders, those things are done. They are not related. I'm sure even if I ask you now, you would say, I don't see how they relate, but they do relate because when I'm with the kids, teaching them, those kids, they are driven to the venue by who? By their parents. And the parents have what? They have houses. When they have houses, they get to know that I clean. They get to know about my cleaning company. When my team goes to the cleaning house, they're going to clean a house or whatever that they're going to clean. Who do they meet? They meet the owner of the house. They might find out that the owner of the house has what?
Children.
Children. And then they talk about what? The future leaders. And then these things, they somehow meet. You see, it
True.
didn't make sense back then, but now it does make sense for me. And then the very same parents, the future leader parents, those people are what? They are married people, they are single people, they all have been in love, they want to be in love, and they get to know that I've written a book about, right?
Love.
When I clean, they get, right? You see, so somehow I was told that these things they don't meet anyway, but eventually I got to make sense of it. So don't listen to everything. When people say that it's not gonna happen, for them, not for you. So be Nike, just do it. You'll
Okay.
figure out. You'll figure out as you go. Things, the light will come. The light will come. So there's so many. No, it doesn't make sense. Nah, don't do it. Plenty of that. Just do it.
Just do
You
it.
believe in it, do it. Be Nike.
Okay. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for sharing that. And I think it's something that is really important. And and to anyone that is listening, just do it. Just do it. You know? And so
Yeah.
and so thank you very much, Gadifele, for joining us on today's podcast interview. I really hope to possibly have you in the next few months or next year, just to brief us a bit about where you are now. I really hope we can have a part two of this.
I hope
Th-
so too.
Thank you
That
very
puts
much.
pressure on me saying I must go work hard so that I can have something to share.
Exactly. So it was really, really an honor having you here. And I think, yeah, uh basically, where can people be able to find you, to find your work and to find you and to find your company?
So my cleaning company is called Gadmo. That's Gadmo, pronounced Gadmo, but spelled Gadmo. On the socials, you can find me on Gadmo Cleaning Services for the cleaning company. The Future Leaders is the Future Leaders, as you say it, on all the social platforms. And the book Love Lives Here 83 on Instagram, and my personal page on Facebook is Gadifele Moeng. Oh, and on LinkedIn as well, Gadifele Moeng DTM. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster. So on LinkedIn, I am Gadifele DTM.
Okay.
Those are my
Thank
handles.
thank you very much. And thank you guys for listening to today's podcast. Hope to have you in the next coming podcast interview. Thank you very much.